welcome to my first project here. As you can see in the mast, you can see the radar. First thing that was installed, or not the first thing that was installed, but it was at least the first thing installed on the mast. We have a radio reflector at the very top of the mast where the bird is sitting on the wire. We have a TV antenna, so we get all the stations from Boston that you normally wouldn't get on a sailboat. And of course we have I have two 120 volt AC lines coming in, and also a cable hookup for cable television outlet wired in. Of course we have your depth finder and speed control here, Raymarine. And on this side I mounted, this is for your autopilot, which has a computer in the back by the rudder control system, and that's all set up basically with the GPS so that you can just point where you want to go on the GPS, and it'll steer the boat hopefully, yeah. And put in outside speakers here. We have a surround sound system, audio system in the cabin, and I'll show you more about that when we come down. Alright, so here we are in this luxury sailboat that was my first project. When I came here, Karl at Karl's Boat Shop asked me if I knew anything about wiring up sailboats, and I told him no, but I have a master's degree in electrical engineering, and I can probably figure it out. I've been in electronics for about 40 years, so when I got here there was basically wires sticking out everywhere. Nothing was hooked up, but the gentleman before me just ran the cabling, and that was the end of the story for him, I guess. So anyway, I discovered this excellent book. This should be a commercial for the Boatowner's Mechanical and Electrical Manual by Calder. This is the kind of the Bible, new edition, and I used this and basically learned everything about sailboats and by wiring up this whole thing here. When originally the boat had just this one panel, and we added a second panel because we had air conditioning and a lot more instrumentation that the boat never had originally. And I'll give you a little inside view. As I said, when I got here there was no, none of this was done, and basically methodically went through my AC and DC systems and separated them, and kind of learned as I went. So I'm surprised I got it all in on my first try, but I did. And what we have here is a panel for showing the battery charging system, which looks like it's working now. And this is something that's very unique, kind of my own design. Basically all the 110 outlets all over the boat, and everything from the microwave and anything that operates on 110, by having the switch up you're connected to the outside power. Once you leave the dock you just flip it to down here, inverter power, and it hooks all the outlets, and anything that runs on 110 from the stereo system to the TV, it operates on the inverter and the battery system. So just by a flip of a switch you basically can switch to outside or inverter power, which is pretty cool. Let's see here. This is our Raymarine GPS plotting radar system, and of course a VHF radio. And as we kind of move around here, I put a surround sound system that basically controls all the video and sound in the boat, and put a VHS DVD player, and integrated all of that, and put a switch box here. So basically you have the main cabin speakers, you have the deck speakers, and then you have the front, the rear berth, the main berth. You can switch on and off. And speakers in the ceiling here and here. and flat screen TV. Unfortunately, this is one of the few things I didn't pick out, and I'm pretty unhappy with their selection of their this insignia brand of DVD. I could have gotten probably something way better and a little more streamlined, but this was I was gone, and they had just picked this out and had some guy wire it, and of course it was all didn't work because they wired it wrong. But came back when I did come back, I got it all working, and basically we have refrigeration. Can't show you. We have all kinds of stuff stored up here back now, but we have refrigeration. Two refrigeration systems. One, so the heating and refrigeration that comes out of here, and also there's some vents in this front berth, and basically operates. There's a control unit for it here in the cabin, and you can just set your temperature and it'll either turn on heating or turn on air conditioning. And this was all a new experience for me because I've never done any of this on a boat, but you know, with time and a little figuring out, I was able to accomplish it. Anyway, so let's move down towards the kitchen here. Have a stove, propane stove, microwave, solenoid control for the propane, refrigeration. Can't really see all the refrigeration unit controls for the refrigeration. Basically never did this again, but contacted the company and some experts, and basically my boss gave me a 26-foot Pearson 1963 full keel sailboat if I would do the refrigeration. So there you go, I did the refrigeration and got it all charged up, working. And here is the engine compartment. Did a lot of the wiring on the engine system. Here's the battery charger that they have 3 different banks of batteries. 2 that supply, one main DC supply for the whole boat, and another bank, a battery bank that supplies the inverter, so that when you're running 110, you're not taking away from the battery bank that's supplying the boat. Plus we have a battery supply for the engine itself, for starting the engine. So we have three different isolating diodes and battery supply, and switching for the batteries. This is the inverter. It's a 1500 watt inverter. Water heater back here. I put a safety switch in so the water heater doesn't accidentally get turned on from the front control panel. That has to be flipped to get electricity there. Also have a refrigeration. For the refrigeration system, we have 2 systems. One that's operated through the engine here, and then also one way in front of the engine you can't see back in there, that operates on 110 or 12 volt DC. So basically 2 different, one when the engine is running you can use that system, or when you're at the dock you can use a 12 volt or 110 volt system. And that is that, yeah. Alright, so we move back into the main cabin here, and of course put in all the lighting, and we have speakers here for the cabin. Again, another refrigeration heating system, or air conditioning heating system here, which is operated down here, and again another flat screen TV. I wasn't able to pick out, and would have done a little bit better than this, but that's what they put in. And then we move around to the bathroom. Of course, did all the plumbing work for the head, and switches to turn on the pump, and shower system. Well, that's my tour of the boat. As I mentioned, this was the first project. Anything you can probably put into a boat is in this boat, so I had the opportunity to do everything. With the help of Calder, we managed to wire this boat up. And it's all done professionally, as you can see, and everything works. And it worked from day one when we turned it on, and it's still working. And that's the way a boat should be wired. I hope you enjoyed it.